country. The security agency said the plot is designed for execution after the governorship and state assembly elections. In a statement released by the SS spokesperson Peter Afunaya, the security agency decried the unnecessary palpable political tension in parts of the country. And following a suit filed by the Labour Party and 41 others, the Federal High Court sitting in Lagos has ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to directly and electronically upload the results of the March 11, 2023 governorship and State House of Assembly elections in Lagos State from the polling units to the INEC result viewing portal (IREV). Justice Peter Lifu granted the order while delivering judgment in which the appellant sought an order to compel INEC to obey the Electoral Act and its guidelines for the conduct of the elections. The judge held that the court possessed the jurisdiction to entertain the suit because it was commenced in accordance with the provisions of the law. And now to COVID-19 updates. Former Centers for Disease Control and Prevention CDC Director Robert Redfield has testified that Dr. Anthony Fauci's suppression of the COVID-19 lab leak theory was antithetical to science. The accusation came during a politically charged hearing of the House Oversight and Accountability Subcommittee on the coronavirus pandemic, which stoked Republican claims that Fauci in early 2020 promoted the view that an infected animal spread the virus to humans to divert attention from research the U.S. sponsored at China's Wuhan Institute of Virology. In business, the Central Bank of Nigeria has issued operational guidelines for open banking in the country. According to a statement signed by the CBN's Director of Payment System Management Department, Musa Jimo, this will enable third-party developers to build applications and services around the financial institution, particularly the banks that hold customer data. The Apex Bank said customers will be required to provide explicit consent for the use of their data. And suspected Allied Democratic Forces militants have killed no fewer than 40 people in twin attacks in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The ADF, which the Islamic State group claims as its Central African affiliate, is one of the deadliest armed militias in Eastern Congo, accused of slaughtering thousands of civilians. And in sports, Bayern Munich has ended the Champions League hopes Wednesday, beating the French club 2-0 in the second leg of their last 16 tie to reach the quarterfinals 3-0 on aggregate. It is the second season running in which PSG have gone out of the Champions League in the last 16 and the fifth time in the last 7 campaigns the Qatar-owned club have failed to go beyond the first knockout round. And that's the latest from the newsroom. Thank you for watching. I am Mary Kanu. Bye for now.
Opinions are free, facts are sacred, but truth is universal.
How, in practical terms, can we, for instance, de-escalate the tension?
President must see himself as the President of the Federal Republic.
We know where the enemy is. 3 places. The Lake Chad Basin, the border area between Nigeria and Cameroon, and then the Sambisa Forest.
On TV360, we give you a complete dose of everything. Opinion, facts and undiluted truth.
I hardly believe what politicians say in this part of the world.
A new Nigeria is possible, a future is possible.
We delve into the issues, dissect it so that you can understand it, use it to take action.
I don't think there's any need for any governor to look for grant for ranching.
TV360, dissecting the issues.
first time I was here to locate the Ghanaian cane weaving community, a Nigerian told me point blank that these Ghanaians will steal my money. I was curious and I wondered why these two nationalities who share the same profession would have such level of animosity between them. And I'm here to find out why. If you're familiar with Maryland in Lagos, it is difficult to miss this beautiful display of handmade cane crafts. Beneath the Maryland Bridge, linking the Ojota area of the city, cane-based products such as chairs of all varieties, living room seaters, house decor, as well as baskets of all shapes and sizes are sold here. But behind this lush display of artistic brilliance lies a culture of discrimination against the migrant population of Ghanaian cane artisans, one which has been in practice for decades now. Unlike their Nigerian counterparts, Ghanaian cane artisans are restricted to a remote part of this cane weaving community. So what is the genesis of this unfair practice and why has it been perpetrated for so long? To find out, we paid a visit to Monkey Village, just behind the Maryland cane weaving community where the Ghanaian cane weavers live and work. This is Monkey Village, right here in Mende, Maryland, Lagos, Nigeria. In what appears to be the outback of the area, Ghanaian cane weavers are not allowed to venture beyond these parameters. While Nigerians are allowed to display their products, Ghanaians serve as laborers who manufacture these cane products for a fixed price. 54-year-old Adeyemi Bolarinwa concentrates hard as he weaves this basket. His calloused hands work deftly and in a matter of minutes he finishes one of his orders. Bolarinwa's father is Nigerian, but his mother is Ghanaian. Despite his being a Nigerian, Bolarinwa cannot sell his products directly to buyers. He can only sell to a group of Nigerian cane weavers, who in turn sell directly to customers. It's a rule among the Cane Weavers Association here which restricts non-Nigerian cane weavers from dealing directly with customers.
They brought some job for one Nigerian man, according to the history, from 1986. Then the man delayed the job, and they saw another Ghanaian man. They went to, that's a Sheraton hotel. So they went to the Ghana man. The Ghana man did the thing in time as they want. So the contract go to that Ghana man. So then, now those people are the indigenous work against foreigners that they can share a place together. So the moment they granted that law still will work from 86 up to by this time. So Ghanaians don't have any choice to sell, to meet customers or something like sell in direct. So always we are in backyard that when they receive the order, they come and give us a job. That's the situation where we are facing now.
As migrant workers, Bolarinwa says he and other Ghanaians have no choice than to obey this restrictive rule. So they keep their heads low and make the best of their meager income.
A stranger cannot be like citizen. So we have no choice and there's no any help. Because if someone came that we want to give you advance, they used to tell the person that this is a foreigner, you to take your money around or something like that. So we have no choice. We are there in panic. And we just manage it because that's a handicraft. That's a hand job. We can't. That's my professional. No, actually, it's my professional. So anyhow, bear it. I'll manage it.
We asked Bolarinwa if the Ghanaian cane weaving community in Maryland had made any attempt to report to relevant authorities. He says no one has come to help despite many complaints.
We used to let people from Ghana embassy to come and interview us at times. But there's no help. There's no help. We try a lot. We joined their group, Nagacon and this and that, but at times, the way the thing they go is that there's no help. So the work will be like a struggle, with a struggle up for our needs. Anyhow do, we manage it and bear it.
It gives further details of the mode of operation between the Nigerian cane sellers and the Ghanaian cane weavers.
We arrange every basket within price, where it's a popular no. Then any quantity where the person want to come and book from you, he can give you advance. Then after finishing the product, we take your balance. That's the way we are going. Then I submit for them, I take my balance. Some people are pay cash, some people can give you in half basis. He can give you advance. When you finish, supply the thing to the who come and done the work with you. Then you take your balance from. We have no chance because there's no shade. He cannot give you, as a foreigner, he cannot give you shade to shade your market. They share by themselves.
Kwaku Noah is another Ghanaian cane weaver in Maryland. For 15 years, Kwaku has struggled to make ends meet due to the trade inequality he suffers.
Maybe the price we are going to sell for woman as this back here. If I did roadside, one day, God goes see me about a better customer where I can sell for the person where I could see gain pass where I did. So it affects us. So if we are on the roadside, I'm sure say we go see better customer pass, better price pass what we are gaining as the back here.
Fed up with the unpleasant situation, a number of Ghanaian cane weavers have either moved back to their home country or adopted other trades. Now the once boisterous community has become a shadow of itself.
Before, we are more than 20 or 30 people. Right now, I remember maybe roughly, I can say about 5 or 4 people now. We remain. Before we are more than 37, but things know the balance. And then, you know, they get assist to support the work. Everything I'm money now, so if you know get any way to get something assist your business, you can go forward. So right now, I know they easy for us. As you can settle another side like that, it's money, because to get a place to stay, it's money, but how to money no day on hand like that.
To confirm these allegations and to understand the root cause of the act of discrimination against the Ghanaian cane weavers in Maryland area of Lagos, I paid a visit to the chairman of the Cane Weavers Association in Maryland, Dennis Omadide. Surprisingly, Omadide confirms everything we've heard from the Ghanaian cane weavers. He explains that the Ghanaians are restricted for 2 major reasons. They work fast and they charge less. These 2 factors, he says, could disrupt the profit margins of Nigerian artisans.
To make the market so polluted, that's what I mean. But they produce fast. They produce fast. So by the time you try to draw a kind of item that will come to market, it's like this. Then when they overflow, then the market, that market will not depreciate on that area. The reason why we do that, then they are trying to frustrate the market in terms of sales in the beginning. So that's why we notice that instead of that to happen, let us stay on their own, then we should stay on our own.
Omadide says while the migrants are not allowed to mix with Nigerians and display their trade, they are however free to establish their business in other locations.
That is the normal procedure, the constitution, what we have. That when they come, they will work for us. We normally collect basket from there to sell to our customer. So we don't want them to close to us in that way. It's like they will know how much we are selling to the other. So that is why they not do it. But now, it is old. For now, they have assets free, direct to customer. But they are not in the midst of us here. Some day for Abalikoro, some day at Tony Down. That is how.
So whose responsibility is it to protect the interests of Ghanaians in Nigeria? We had requested an official response from the Ghanaian consulate in Lagos to find out if the mission is aware of the discrimination and what it is doing to stop the menace. TV360 Nigeria did not receive an official response from the Ghanaian consulate, but in a meeting we had with the Consul General, Senator Gifte Bukari, key officials of the consulate, the president of the Ghanaian community in Lagos, Augustine Appiah, as well as the Ghanaian cane weaver, Charles Sapong, it appears the consulate is aware of the problem, but may not want to ruffle any further. I'm just coming out from a meeting with the Ghanaian Consulate General, Senator Gifty Bukari, who appeared irate about a request for an interview, especially the part that spoke about publishing the findings of this investigation with or without an official response from the consulate. Now the Consulate General declined to give an official interview on what she's doing to ensure that Ghanaian cane weavers in the Mende area of Lagos are not discriminated against. Now, our phones were confiscated and we are not allowed to take any recordings. As the second largest country with a migrant population of over 1.3 million, Nigeria has a national policy to address labor migration issues. Page 21 and 22 of the National Policy on Labor Migration clearly states that migrant workers have the right to negotiate by collective bargaining, enjoy freedom of movement, as well as upholding equal treatment and non-discrimination regardless of migration status. But it appears some Nigerian businesses are not willing to accommodate migrants. Director General of Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, Nasima Shola Obadimu, says the unfair treatment of Ghanaian cane weavers is nothing short of bullying.
It's just a case of bullying. It's to some level a case of harassment. You know, even within the Nigerian environment, you can open a shop and start selling pepper, and the second day some people will come to you that they want to seal your shop.
So is there any law in Nigeria limiting the trading activities of migrant workers in Nigeria?
We have this ECOWAS treaty that encourages free movement of goods and services within the West African sub-region. So for West African nationals, they can do their business freely. We have Nigerians doing businesses all along the West African coast. So if they are West African nationals, they can do their business. So far it is a legit business, and when they are operating within the laws of Nigeria, they are free citizens.
Sadly, the problem of discrimination of migrant workers is not peculiar to Nigeria alone. There have been documented cases of discrimination against Nigerians in Ghana, xenophobic acts against other Africans in South Africa, and the general attitude of hostility against Africans, which experts say has affected the social, political, and economic cohesion of the continent.
As a Nigerian, if I'm heading up to Ghana, there's this orientation, European orientation, that yes, I'm heading up the north of Africa. So they don't see this whole reality of trade between